morning, dear student. I, Dr. Jamaluddin Nasir Ansari, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Commerce, Integral University, Lucknow. Today, we had a very healthy discussion on the topic trial balance and familiarity with accounting standard package. As I told you in my previous lecture regarding the accounting, the process of accounting, the accounting cycle, and the significance of the accounting, and the main motive of the accounting, that why we have prepared trading profit loss account, balance sheet, and various income statements. So today discussion will be held on the topic trial balances, trial balance, and familiarity with accounting standard package. So before going ahead in this direction, now I would like to tell you one thing about the trial balance, that why it is prepared, what does it means, and why this concept has a very important place in accounting cycle. So now just try to understand the meaning of the trial balance means this during this entire lecture we will covering the these all the topics which is what right now in the PPT. First, trial balance, the purpose of the trial balance, component of the trial balance, preparing a trial balance, balancing the trial balance, identifying and correcting errors, limitations of a trial balance, importance of a trial balance, identifying and correcting errors, relationship to financial statement, conclusion, significance of the trial balance. Then after we will talk about the comprehensive guide to accounting packages, and under these we will talk about the overview of accounting software, key features and functionalities, and then we will also discuss the ease of use and user interface, integration with other business tools, reporting and analytics capabilities, compliance and regulatory requirements, cost consideration and pricing models, implementation and training support, and then after we discuss conclusion and recommendation. So we are just going to start with the trial balance and now understand the meaning of the trial balance, means why it is prepared and what are the main objective behind preparing this trial balance. Means a trial balance is what the crucial financial statement used by the business to ensure that the accounting equation assets is equal to liabilities plus equity remain balanced. As its name tells, trial balance means balancing of various ledger accounts. Means after, as I told you that in my previous lecture, once the books of account is ready, means in order to make the book of account ready, we need to go for various stages. The first stage is of identifying the transaction, the nature of the transaction. Then after we will go for the general rising of the transaction, means general entries, the primary books in the primary books we are used here is the what, journal entries. Then after these journal entries going to post it in the various layers, where we are going to open various accounts, for example, furniture, assets, fixed, land and building, Ram Rahim Karim, personal account, real account, nominal account. The balances, the closing balances of these various ledgers is finally transferred to the trial balance to check the mathematical accuracy, whether these the balances of the various ledgers tally or not, means both debit as well as credit is equal or not. If there are any kinds of differences, then you need to rectify it. You have to find out the causes, that what are the reason behind the differences in the lasers. Means that some kinds of errors had been took place, and these document the trial balance will enable you, will answer you all kinds of questions. All the questions will be answered by the trial balance, that why the differences have been took place, means where the errors had been taken place, and what are the causes of these errors. So this trial balance will answer about all the questions which is pertaining to the journal entries and labels. So basically, the trial balance is prepared. The main motive behind preparing the trial balance is to check the mathematical accuracy. What is mathematical accuracy? When we're talking about the accounting equation, assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. This is what here assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. So me means here if there will be any kinds of increase in the assets, vice versa there will be any kind there will be decrease will be assets, or there will be an increase in the assets in order to make the balance. Means left is equal to right, and this trial balance will answer everything. As its name signifies, trial balance means balancing of the various ledgers. It is a summary of all the debits and credit balances in the general ledger at a specific point in time. This statement is used to ensure the accuracy of the accounting records and to prepare for the creation of other financial statements like the income statement and the balance sheet. As I told you in a previous lecture, while discussing the concept of accounting cycle, the first cycle in accounting, the first stage in accounting cycle is what? Journal entries. Once journal entries are done, then it is finally posted to trial various lasers. Once lasers are prepared, we will go for the trial balance. In the trial balance, all the lasers, all the closing balances of various lasers are finally posted to check the mathematical accuracy, whether debit and credit are equal or not. The various balances of various accounts, for example, capital, assets, stock, purchases, whatever the expenses you have incurred, whatever the income you have earned, in order to make the balance, you require to prepare trial balance. So basically, the main motive behind preparing the trial balance is to check the mathematical accuracy. As I told you just right now, in the PPT is what mentioned, assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Take the example, purchase furniture amounted to rupees 10,000 from XYZ Limited. This is what? A financial transaction we have identified. We will first prepare journal entries. And what will the journal entries of this transaction? Based on certain rules and regulations. The journal entries of this transaction would be purchase assets, purchase furniture. Here, stock is not purchased, inventory is not purchased, but assets is purchased. Instead of debiting purchase account, you have to debit the particular assets. The name of assets here is the what? Furniture. So furniture account will be DR to XYZ Private Limited. It will be the journal entry of the transaction. Then moving towards other way, in these journal entries are going to post into various lasers. As these lasers will be what? There will be two types of laser. First, one assets has been increased. The name of the asset is what? The furniture inside the business enterprises. One of the furniture has been increased. There is a variation of the assets, and uh, the name of the asset is what? Furniture. Similarly, this transaction is based on not cash. There will no any kinds of decrease in the cash, but there will be increase in one of the liabilities, and that liability is known as what? Creditors. and the creditor is what the liabilities. So when we're going to balance the accounting equation, right, or we're going to prepare the trial balance, the closing balance of the furniture will be posted, will be transferred to the trial balance. The closing balance of these liabilities means the creditor. The name of the creditor in this case is what? XYZ Private Limited. So in the trial balance, assets will be debited, similarly credit liability. So in this example, the name of these assets will be recorded under the credit debit side of the trial balance, means furniture in the particular side, furniture amounted to rupees 10,000. Creditors, the name within bracket XYZ Private Limited will be the credit side 10,000. Now go towards the balance. Debit is equal to credit. So this is the main motive. Here the mathematical accuracy has been proved. Mathematical accuracy how has been proved? By way of this debit and credit. In the debit side 10,000, in the credit side 10,000. It means both sides are equal. Debit is equal to credit, right is equal to left. 10,000, 10,000. So the main motive behind preparing the trial balance is to check the mathematical accuracy. And after that, we are going for the next stage, preparing income statement and the balance sheet. Why it is prepared? The trial balance serves multiple critical purposes in accounting. It is not a single purpose. It is prepared for the multiple purposes. It acts as a verification tool, helping accountant to ensure the accuracy of their transaction by comparing the total debits and credits. This ensures that the accounting equation remains the balance. What will be the what was that accounting equation? As I showed you just right now, assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. The trial balance provides a summary of all account balances, serving as a foundation for creating more detailed financial statements like the balance sheet and the income statement. If there will be any kinds of errors having took place while preparing journal entries or ledgers, the trial balance will automatically highlight it. If you forget, if you omit to record something, if you violated the fundamental principles of accounting for debit and credit, for identifying the trial balance, for identifying the nature of the accounts, so this trial balance will help you, right? So it prepare for the multiple purposes. The first and most important purpose is what? Verify the accuracy. The trial balance is used to verify that the total debit and credit in general ledgers are equal. This helps to ensure that accounting equation assets is equal to liabilities plus capital is the balance. If this equation is not balanced, then you have done some kind of mistake while preparing increase, while preparing various ledgers. And the third and most important aspect of the purpose of the trial balance, preparing financial statements. Once the trial balance tally, both are equal. When the trial balance is tally and both are equal, both debit and credit side are equal, then you go for further, means preparing financial statement. The trial balance is the key step in preparing other financial statement like balance sheet and income statement. These statements rely on the information provided in the trial balance to accurately present the financial position and performance of the businesses. Once there will be tally in the trial balance, then we go for balance sheet. It means the next cycle is will be the okay. And what about the past cycle means trial balance for lasers and entries prepared with due consideration is based on fundamental principles of accounting. So, preparing the financial statement, once the trial balance is tally, then go for other aspects, then go for other stages, then go for other financial statement just like balance sheet, cash flow statement, trading profit loss account, and many others, you know, financial statement. The third most important purpose of the trial balance is to what? Identifying errors. The trial balance can be used to identify errors in the accounting record. If the total of the debit and credit are not equal, it indicates that there is an error somewhere in the an accounting process. These help accountant to find out and correct any discrepancy early on. If there will be any kinds of discrepancy, if there any kinds of error has been taken place, so the trial balance will automatically correct. It will going to automatically reveal where has errors taken place while preparing entries, while preparing while posting from journal to lasers. Then that trial balance, it is what automatically going to reflect, going to pump, push that there will be some kinds of error has been taken place. That is why the trial balance have a very important role in accounting cycle, in accounting domain, that why it is prepared. The main motive behind preparing the trial balance is to find out the balances of the total debit as well as credit or various ledger. If tally, then go for various ledger. If not tally, then go back. Recheck it once again. Where has discrepancy occurred? And accordingly correct it. We will coming towards that how this trial balance is going to rectify the errors. What are the component of the trial balance? A trial balance typically includes the following components: the name of the account, the first column will be what? Larger in size is the particulars are the name of the accounts. Then the smaller two column, first column for the amount, second column also for the first column will be the account name, second column will be for debit amount, third column will be for the credit amount. Inventory was one of the assets. Account receivable was also one of the assets. Cash is also one of the assets, and all the assets always having the debit balances, and all the liabilities always having the credit balances. So, the main fundamental objective behind preparing the trial balance is to check the mathematical accuracy. In this, in the given example, which is what right now on the presentation in the PPT on the slides, the name of the account cash, and it have always and always debit balance. Assets could never have the credit balance. When we're talking about the cash, 10,000 rupees having the debit balance. Account receivable also having the debit balance 5,000. Inventory having also a balance of 8,000. The sum of this debit side in this case 10,000 plus 5,000 is equal to 15. 15,000 plus 8,000 is equal to what? 23,000. In the given questions, in the given slides, in the given PPT, the debit side of the trial balance comes to 23,000. Then there is also two liabilities. One liability is known as the account payable, which is amounted to rupees 3,000 in the credit column. As I told you, always and always, all kinds of liabilities always having the credit balance. So account payable amounted to rupees 3,000. Similarly, one of the equity also, it is also one of the liabilities amounted to rupees 15,000. 15 plus 3, 18,000. It means there is a discrepancy of 3,000. There are some errors have been taken place while preparing this trial balance. In these cases, the total of both debit and credit is not equal. The credit side here, in this case, 18,000, while the balance of debit side is 23,000. It means there are difference of 5,000. So each line in the trial balance represents a separate account from the general ledger. It includes the account name, the debit balance, and the credit balance. The debit and credit columns must always balance, ensuring the accounting equation is in harmony. That these balances are used for preparing financial statement and monitoring the financial health of the business. And again, I'm passing toward the trial balance that the most important part of this trial balance is just to preparing, just to check the accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. If it is not tally, means something has been violated. Some accounting principles have been violated. So, trial balance is prepared is to check the mathematical accuracy. How to prepare a trial balance? Step 1. Generate account balance. The first step involves obtaining the balances of all accounts from general ledgers. These balances should be recorded in the trial balance in the respective debit and credit columns. As per the balances, as per the nature of the account, the balances will be transferred to the debit or credit of the trial balance as per the nature of the account. If it is a liabilities, it will always going to credit of the trial balance. If it will be a assets, it always having a debit balance. So the most important part in order to prepare a trial balance, the first step generate the accounting balances of the various ledgers. Then the second step organize accounts. The next step is to organize the account in the trial balance by account type, for example cash, inventory, furniture, account receivable, account payable, equity, and many more liabilities and many more assets. Accounts are grouped together based on their nature, such as assets, liabilities, and equity. As per the nature of the transaction, again I am in practice, again I am telling you that based on these, the nature of assets, we have to group together, we have to collect together we have to make the bucket of all the assets, all the liabilities and equity, and put accordingly their places. The second step is organize accounts. Then we're talking about the third step, calculate totals. The final account is calculate the total debit and total credit in the trial balance. These totals should be equal. It must be equal. If there are any kinds of discrepancy have been taken place, go back, recheck your trial, your entries, your various ledgers, and find out the causes that why there are why the debit as well as credit or the trial balance is not equal. So this trial balance is also going to identify the errors which have been took place while preparing journal entries as well as ledgers. If they don't match, it indicates an error in the accounting process that need to be addressed. The third most important part of these trial balances of the various debit and credit. If the debit and credit is not equal in the trial balance, it need to be addressed, rectified where the discrepancy occurred. Find out the reason that something, if there's something has been missing, if something missing while crossing your entries as well as lasers, you need to address it properly. Then we go for the next cycle of accounting. Otherwise, we can't go. If if we go violating the rules and regulations, ultimately the in other financial statements, the income statement and the balance sheet will not going to reveal a true picture of the firms of the business by way of profit, by way of position, means economical result or economical position of the firm. So trial balance is having the major role in accounting, right? So there will be there are three steps involved in preparing trial balance. First, gather account balances, then go for organize accounts, then go for calculate the total. As I told you previously, accounting is also based on certain rules and regulations, certain pre-assumptions, balancing the trial balance. The core principle of double entry bookkeeping dictate that every transaction has an equal and opposite effect on accounting equation. That is why the sum of all debit should always equal the sum of all the credits. If the trial balance is not balanced, it indicates an error in the accounting process. These imbalance can result from various reasons. For example, incorrect entries, missing transactions, or transposition errors. Let me take an example. Purchase goods amounted to rupees, purchase furniture amounted to rupees 20,000 from XYZ Limited. So the first entry, the in accounting cycle, the first step will be journal entry. So you need to first identify the nature of the account. Accordingly, you are going to apply the rules and regulations. It's the golden rule. In this case, the example I have taken is about the real accounts. And in a previous lecture, I told you the real account, the golden rule of real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Purchase furniture amounted to rupees 20,000 is mean one of the assets came into existence, came into in your business. Similarly, this transaction is not based on cash, but it is based on the credit. So in this case, one of the liability has been arises. The creditors, the name of the liability is what creditor amounted to rupees 20,000. So the first cycle, the first step being an accountant, we need to prepare is the what? Journal entries. So journal entries of this transaction will be assets account DR means the name of the asset. It is better to use the name of the assets. Furniture account DR to XYZ Private Limited. Amount of rupees 20,000 and 20,000. Then the next step is what? Preparing various lessons. There will be two types of lessons will be obtained. First, assets and the name of purchase is what? Furniture. And second is what? The name of liabilities, the creditors, and the name of the creditor is what? Given X, Y, Z private limited. So while preparing these, while posting from general to ledger, the balance you have recorded in the furniture account 2,000 rupees and you make the balance. Instead of 20,000, you have recorded 2,000 rupees instead of 20,000. While the actual transaction will take place of rupees 20,000, but you have recorded as a 2,000. So what are the errors? And the total of both sides is equal to balance. Then, while other account, the creditors, you have opened the creditors account XYZ. Here you have done correct. Is 20,000 as less 20,000 both side balances, right? Now, while preparing the trial balance, as I told you, the closing balance of various ledgers is transferred to the trial balance. One of the assets which is known as here in this case furniture, the closing balance of the furniture amounted to rupees 2,000. You have mentioned cash account under the particular side and in the debit column 2,000. Then other balance of the ledger creditor XYZ private limited amounted to rupees 20,000 on the credit side. So in this case, the trial balance will not be tallied. Why it not be tallied? Because you have done on the debit side, you have recorded on the debit side of the trial balance 2,000 and on the credit side 20,000. So trial balance are going to automatically highlighting there are some kinds of error. By way of once you're going to make the total of debit as well as credit, it will not be equal. Why it's not equal? Because on the debit side you have recorded 2,000, on the credit side you have recorded 20,000. So there will be what? Discrepancy of 18,000 is a big amount. So you need to go back, check all the lasers, check all the trial balance, all the entries that where a discrepancy has been incurred. So you have to find the reason while checking, while backing all the lasers and entries, you come to know that there are what errors. You recorded 2,000 while it was 20,000. So you need to correct it. Now the trial balance will be the okay. So the balancing trial balance, identifying the discrepancy. The trial balance will identify the discrepancy means when the trial balance does not balance, it's important to find the discrepancy. This can be achieved by reviewing the entries in general ledger, checking for any errors in the calculation, and ensuring that all the transactions are recorded accurately. Once you find the discrepancy, then go for correcting, address it properly. Once the error is identified, it needs to be corrected. This may involve making adjustment to the original entries, adding missing transactions, or correcting any calculation mistakes. Once the errors is rectified, the trial balance should be recalculated to confirm that the total are now balanced. Once you find the reason, once you find the discrepancy, it needs to be addressed correctly. Once it is corrected, you need to prepare the once again the corrected trial balance. That corrected trial balance will be the fresh and the debit as well as credit will be now equal. Once it is equal, then go for other cycle of the accounting. Identifying and correcting errors. Errors in the trial balance can arise from various sources. As you know, it's a human tendency. All kinds of errors are going to taken by the humans. We are preparing the trial balance, we are preparing the various lasers. So no doubt there will be error will take place. That is why in this present era of AI and highly sophisticated technology, entire thing is based on computer. Means this computer will automatically going to highlight the reason for total of imbalances of the debit as well as credit of the trial balance. So identifying and correcting error, one of the most important things, incorrectly recording the amount of transaction. As I told you, that if you incorrectly recorded the amount of the transaction, you need to identify and correct it. Mistakenly debit an account that should have been credited or vice versa. If you have done any kinds of mistake while debiting or crediting of the accounts, for example, assets has been debited but you have made the credit, liabilities which was supposed to debit but you have the credit, or vice versa. So correct it in the fresh trial balance. Then omitting a transaction from the third point talking about identifying. Omitting the transaction from the trial balance. If you have omit to record something, you forget to record something, there, there are a number of entries, there are a number of lasers, and some lasers have omitted to record. So in this case, you need to identify and correct. Misplacing a decimal point in the transaction, as I told you, 65 one in a one account, we have written 65,000. Similarly, on the account other account we have written as 56,000 amount. So there will be the difference of 10,000 rupees. No? Why it was the misplaced decimal point. 5 to 6 is to 5 means 5 to 6 and 6 to 5. The misplace of the decimal point in the transaction. Right? So you need to correct it. You need to identify it properly. Double counting a transaction means if we have written any transaction more than once, means double transaction, cash, or assets again and again. The same transaction has been recorded two times. It will be also going to imbalance. Then, to identify the errors, accountant carefully reviews the trial balance for discrepancies between debits and credits. They can also compare the trial balance to the original source document, such as invoices and receipts, to ensure accuracy. Once the error is located, it can be corrected by adjusting the affected accounts, ensuring that the trial balance is the balance. The most important thing, I am just going to highlight once again, you have to identify the trial balance, the errors, and you need to address properly. So go back, check all the entries, check all the ledgers, check all the receipts, check all the invoices, and find out the causes of the imbalances in the trial balance, and find out the errors, find out the reason of these imbalances, and correct. So this is what identifying and correcting the errors. Everything has some kinds of pitfalls in this. No doubt trial balance is very valuable. The trial balance has also have some kinds of pitfalls, limitations, drawbacks, disadvantages. It is a summary of the document and does not provide the detailed information about individual transactions. It also does not indicate whether the account's balances are accurate or whether there are any errors in the accounting process. For instances, the trial balance wouldn't reveal the wrong account was used for a transaction, or if an expense was mistakenly capitalized, so does not guarantee accuracy. The first and most important limitations of the trial balance, it does not guarantee for the accuracy. What is accuracy? Means accurate information. While the trial balance helps identify some errors, it does not guarantee that accuracy of the accounting record. It is essential to use other tools and techniques like account reconciliation to ensure overall accuracy of the financial reporting. Means reconciliation, reconcile, match, right? Then the also one of the also one of major limitations of the trial balance does not reflect financial performance. As I told you, this trial balance is prepared just to check the mathematical accuracy, not for the financial performance, the financial health of the firm. The trial balance is a snapshot of the financial position of a business at a specific point in time. It does not provide insight into the financial performance of the business over a period. To understand the profitability, revenue and expenses, other financial statements like income statement are necessary. That is why by this financial health of the firm going to only and only revealed by the income statement and the balance sheet, and does not detect any errors. Some errors such as misclassifying transactions may not be reflected in the trial balance, and if purchase was incorrectly recorded as an expense instead of an asset, the trial balance would appear balanced, even though the financial statement would be incorrect. As I told you, the trial balance, if you purchase assets amounted to rupees 20,000 from XYZ Limited, and you have made the entries purchase account ER to XYZ Private Limited, and you have posted its various ledgers, then go for journal entries. So the trial balance will never going to reflect these errors. Why? You violated the fundamental principles of the trial, fundamental principles of the accounting. In the said example, it was a capital expenditure, but you have treated it as a revenue expenditure, which is what the blunder mistake in accounting. So, one of the limitations that it does not detect errors. Trial balance. Trial balance is not going to detect any errors, all errors. So, one of the pitfalls. So, after discussion of that, how to about the objective of trial balance, importance of the trial balance is also a matter of the discussion. No doubt, everything is full of merits and demerits, advantages and disadvantages. The trial balance is vital tools in accounting. It plays a very crucial role in accuracy and consistency, ensuring the accuracy of the accounting records and maintaining the consistency in financial reporting. Financial stability, supporting the financial stability of a business by verifying the balance of the assets, liabilities, and equity. As I told you just right now, all assets and the liabilities of a business, the trading and profit loss account and the balance sheet will tell the true picture of the financial health of the business organization by way of result, by way of position. The document which enables these two things, result, trading profit loss account, position, economical position, balance sheet. So this is going to tell you financial stability, and accordingly a decision will be made. Providing accurate financial data for informed decision making by business owners, managers, and investors. Based on these, if the data is accurate, stable, reliable, then investor stakeholder can take the necessary decision. One of the also important of the trial balance in the form of financial reporting, serving as a foundation for creating other financial statements like the balance sheet, income statement, and statement of cash flow. Once the trial balance is corrected, then other part of these accounting you have to go for, means go for various reporting, go for various statement, document. For example, balance sheet, income statement, statement of cash flow, and so on. So trial balance, balance sheet, income statement are on what have a very close relationship with each and every one. The trial balance is what is starting point for preparing various financial statements. It provides a summary of account balance that are used to create other reports like balance sheet, income statement, cash flow, and many other statement too. And accordingly, these documents, based on this document, various analysis will be taken place. The balance sheet reflects the financial position of a business at a specific point in time, while the income statement shows the financial performance over a period of time. The trial balance provides a summary of account balance at a specific point in time. Balance sheet presents the financial position of a business by listing assets, liabilities, and equity at a specific point in time. Income statement report the financial performance, financial health of a business over a period of time, showing revenue, expenses, and net income or loss. And every businessman always insisted to know the financial position, financial result of a business. Always and always interested to know all these things. So, based on these discussion on the trial balance, now just conclude because we have to go for other topic of the familiarity with accounting, standard accounting packages. So the trial balance is a what fundamental tools in accounting. It serves as a crucial verification and reporting document. It helps ensure that the accounting equation is balanced and financial statements are prepared accurately. By ensuring accuracy and consistency in financial record, the trial balance contribute to the financial stability and growth of a business. It is essential for informed decision making by business owner, manager, and investors. In a nutshell, in a concluding form, we can say that this is what the most important part of the accounting cycle, that if the balances, if the accounting equation is not balanced, go for, then don't go for other cycle of accounting, then go for other statement like income, balance sheet, or cash flow, because all the all the all the coming document or upcoming document will not going to tell the true picture of the true picture of the firms. So it was about the trial balance. So other topic is the accounting packages. No, just trying to understand that in this present era, as I told you, is about the era of AI, ML. Accounting software is the backbone of any business, successful business, regardless of its size, either micro level or macro level, small, medium, or whatever the case may be. Every businesses nowadays using various kinds of tools and technology. They are adopting AI, information, artificial intelligence, information technology, various accounting tools, accounting software for a smooth functioning of the business. Because it is era of LPG. So this guide provides a comprehensive overview of accounting standard package, exploring their key features, benefits, and considerations for businesses of all types. Here, certain accounting standard which was issued by Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. Till date, there are the 32 accounting standard has been issued. The first accounting standard, which was issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, disclosure of accounting policies. AS1 talk about the valuation of inventories, which has been revised from time to time. Accounting standard. Third talk about the cash flow statement. Accounting standard. Fourth talk about the contingencies and events occurring after the balance sheet. It has also been revised from time to time. Is the requirement is in views of the ICA that it should be revised. Accounting standard 5 talking about the prior period and extraordinary items and changes in accounting policies. Accounting Standard 6 talk about the depreciation accounting, which has also been revised. Accounting Standard 7 talk about the accounting for the construction contract. Accounting Standard 8 also talk about the accounting for research and development. It has been withdrawn. Accounting Standard 8 has been withdrawn. Accounting Standard 9 talk about the revenue recognition. Accounting Standard 10 talk about the accounting for fees. Similarly, a number of accounting standard has been issued by ICA, and currently Accounting Standard 31 and 32 talk about the financial instrument presentation and the disclosure. I mean, according with these standards, you have to prepare your balance sheet, is state financial statement, either income statement, balance sheet, or whatever, based on this accounting standard. So when we're talking about the accounting software, cloud-based, as in the previous lecture I told you, is the era of AI technology, information technology, ML. So cloud-based solution like QuickBooks Online, Zero, Zoho Books offer flexible and accessible and real-time collaboration, enabling businesses to manage their finances anytime, anywhere. They eliminate the need for an premises, server, and complex installation. Other accounting software we have on premises accounting, industry-specific solution, mobile accounting. The number of software has been developed to the era. Invoicing and billing, streamline invoicing, tracking outstanding payments, and automated recurring billing cycle, billing process. Many solutions allow for customization of invoices, online payment integration, and automated reminders. Expenses tracking, capturing and categorize expenses effectively and efficiently. Soundly, track the mileage and manage reimbursement. Integration with credits, card, and bank accounts simplified expenses, tracking and reduced manual activity. Similarly, reconciliation. When you talk about this reconciliation, accounting software also help for this. As I told you, automatic matching features save time and improve accuracy. You don't have to go for manual. Automatically, it will going to reflect ease of use and user interface. Initiative design, modern accounting software prioritize user-friendly with initiative interface, guided workflow, and clear navigation menus. Customizable dashboard. Many software provide personalized dashboard allows users to tailor their views of key metrics, reports, and financial information. Mobile optimization. Mobile apps have been developed provide access to essential features on the go, making it easier to track the expenses, manage invoices, and stay updated on financial performance. Contextual help. Built-in help resources, tutorials, and frequently asked questions guide users through complex features and address common queries. Integration with other business tools. As I told you, is the era of liberalization, privatization, globalization. We have, competition with the global players. Customer relationship management, CRM. Integrate with CRM platforms like Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoho CRM to synchronize the customer data, manage the sales pipelines, and automate invoicing process. E-commerce platform, nowadays we are talking about the e-commerce platform. Number of e-commerce operator aggregator are working 24 into 7. Connect with platforms like Shopsy, WooCommerce, and Magento to automate order processing, inventory management, and financial reporting to streamline the e-commerce experience. The third integration of these other business tools like project management tools. Integrate with project management tools like Asana, Trello, and Jira to track project expense, manage budget, and improve financial visibility in project. Payment gateway. Connect with payment like Stripe, PayPal, and Square to receive online payment, process, refund, and automate bank reconciliation. You are doing business at a global level. So you need to what integrate all these accounting tools, technology, gateway, project, e-commerce, customer relationship management into your business. Reporting and analytics capabilities. Financial will generate standard financial reports of like balance sheet, profit and loss account, and cash flow statement. With the help of this advanced tools and techniques, it will got in a very charming and very attractive manner. The data has been presented past, future, and based on these, we are going to predict the future. Customizable report, create a custom report to analyze specific business aspects such as sales by product, customer profitability, data visualization. When we talk about the data visualization, it means the data through chart, graphs, dashboard to identify the trend, anomalies, and areas of for improvement, providing a clear and intuitive understanding of financial performance. Access real-time financial data and metrics, provide up-to-date insight into the business performance and enabling informed decision making. Once all the accounts are prepared, all the financial statement has been prepared, then you have to take consideration into account. You have to take into account the regulatory requirements. You have to fulfill various tax compliances, financial reporting standard, GAAP, IFRS, ICAI, ICSI, Institute of Company Secretary of India, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, tax compliances, income tax department, Central Board of Direct Taxes, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Custom Law, Goods and Service Tax, filing and electronic payment, auditing and security. These documents should be audited, access control to ensure data integrity and meet audit requirements. Cost consideration and pricing model. So no doubt, all the software is bought based on certain cost. It is not free, but it is what license based. It is not user friendly. It is what based on. It is not public open access, but it's subscription based plan. So before going to integrate all kinds of accounting software technology, you have to emphasis towards the pricing, the subscription based plans. Monthly or annual subscription offer flexible and predictable cost with varying plans. Per, per user license. Licenses are purchased for each user accessing the software with pricing typically based on the features. Fixed fees, annual, month, fixed fees, implementation cost, consideration costs such as training, data migration, and customization, as they can significantly impact the business budget. Implementation and training support. You need to provide the necessary training to the employees. Data migration. transfer existing data from the previous accounting system to or spread to advanced software. User training provides comprehensive training to all users, ensuring they understand the software features. Ongoing support, access ongoing support and resources such as online help, tutorials, and customer service. When we talk about the customization and integration, consider the availability of customization options and pre-built integrations to tailor the software to specific business needs and streamline workforce. So based on our discussion, we are just concluding about the standard accounting package. Selecting the right accounting software is crucial for business success. This guide has provided a comprehensive overview of the key features as we have discussed. The key features, that what about the pricing requirement, the cost consideration. By carefully evaluating the factors like budget, industry needs, ease of use, and integration capabilities, businesses can choose an accounting software that best aligns with their goals, empower them for financial growth. So after a heavy discussion on these, I'm damn sure you are full of doubts, confusion, queries. So I would like to answer of you all kinds of query, questions, doubt. If you have, feel free to contact me on 7618057190, or you may also contact to me at jansari at iua.ac.in, or you may also contact my personal email ID jnasir4 at gmail.com. So this is all about today's lecture. A special thanks goes to the listener, goes to the team, those who made this possible, those who made this lecture possible. A special thank goes to the student, to the authority, to the audience of those who are listening this lecture for their attention, for their patience, for their consideration. So thank you so much from my side. This is all about the lecture. Thank you from the deep of my heart. Thank you so much.